Hello everyone, welcome to my PHP tutorial. So in this tutorial we are going to look at the nest if else condition. So this is the part 2 of our previous lesson, which is if else. So let me go back to my code editor. So this is what we already learned. So if condition is something that you can provide a selection to your application. So when you are implementing a logic, you may need to identify a path to go in detail and do the rest of the activities. So then you decide whether you go in the path A or path B. So that is done using selections. So for the selections, if else selection or the if else condition is very important. So then what is the use of nested if else? So for example, we'll think about there are three colored boxes with the name red, green, blue, and then you will be providing a ball which is having a color. So color is changing time to time. So your task is to identify the color of the ball and match with the correct box. So if we consider the ball is red, and then I should put that ball inside the red colored box. So how you do it in the logically, in the implementation in the code level, so how you do it? So in that kind of a scenario, what you need to do is you need to go through all the three boxes and identify what is matching with the ball color. So that need to be done in order. You can't just go and put it onto the red color box. You need to keep the boxes in a proper order and starting from a one direction and go to the other direction. While you are going, you will be checking red box, green box and the blue box. So that means you need to understand that there's a flow starting and ending. While you are going through the flow, for example, we'll say the red color box is in the middle. First you have the green, red and the blue, and then when you are going through the box colors, you first go to the green box and then you go to the red box and you identify that the ball color and the box color is same. So in that time you put it onto that and then you end that process. You don't go to the next box and I try to match it again. So that means if the comparison or if the logic is passed, you may not need to go further and you can terminate that operation. So if we create this example in the code level, we'll assume like this. So when you identify a correct or a matching box and the ball, what you do is you increment the box value by 1. For this I will be taking three variables to consider as three boxes, and ball will be considered as another variable which is will consider as a ball, right? So then I will create a new file in my code editor and save this as nested if. Right, so I'm creating my variables. We'll say ball red, and you have boxes red box, green box, blue box. Then you will create a if condition, right? So we are going to use the nested if, because we understood that there are multiple conditions we need to handle. First you go to the red box and check it whether it's matched. If not, you go to the red color box and match it, and likewise. So that means if the first logic is fail, then you go to the next logic to identify. So that means there's a interrelated connection between those two if conditions. So then I'll use $ball is equal to $green box. So in this boxes I'll be putting green, red, and then this is blue, right? So I'll say just increment, and then like it will be increment the value, so we don't have a handler for that, so but we'll do that later. So then in the next stage, that means if the ball color is not equal to the green box, so then what you do is you will be check the second time. So that will be done if the first logic is fail. If it is true, if this logic true, if this comparison true, so then there's no point of going on to the next level, but we need to prepare this whole scenario. Then I'll use the else if, and here I'll check whether the ball color is equal to red box, and the next one we'll check whether it's equal to the blue box. And finally, if none of the boxes are get selected, so that you can consider as a default scenario where you can have else, so which you already learned in the previous example. So here also we can use this else statement. So I can simply put a message saying ball not match. Right, so now for these cases I'll be creating another set of variables. We'll say red count. Initially we'll set it to 0, and green count 0, blue count equal to 0. So if the green box got selected, what you do is you will increment the green count by 1. So this short operator we already learned, so this is similar to green count equal $green count plus 1. So that is the same thing what happens there. So then I can, if it is red, I can say that the red count plus equal 1. Then I can use blue count plus equal 1. And finally I can simply put a echo statement and send count in box green, green count, red, likewise. So we'll run this code and see. Right, so you can see that it gives me that the color in the red box set to 1. But if I make this into green, then what happens says that the green box color has 1. So I hope you understood this scenario, why we use the nested if condition. So if you have multiple selections to be done, and at the same time one selection is depending on the previous selection, if the previous selection failed, then you do the next selection. So in that kind of scenario we can apply the nested if else concept. So for example, if you have the grading system, that was a typical scenario, we can get this in get into this kind of a if else statement. So in that time what you do is you have a range of number range where you allocate a grade value. So if it is 75 to 100, then you will say grade is A. If it is 65 to 74, then if it is, then it will be B. So likewise, so you can apply the same scenario and then get the grade symbol depending on the mark that you provide. So I hope you understood this concept. So I'll stop this session with this example, and we'll get to more and more example with the next lessons. And in the next lessons I'm going to look at the arrays implementation, and then about the looping. So those stuff will be talking in the next lessons. So hope you're safe. So I'll stop the session for now and let me know if you have any doubt, any questions. So, and subscribe to my channel, and that's it. So we'll stop the class and the session for today. Thank you.